Minister, you've just been in the room with one of the delegates there. Were you apologising to her for your remark there?
Yeah, I made a quip coming out of the room, and I was informed that somebody took offence at it, so I explained the nature of it, and I think we both understand what I meant now. There was absolutely no intention to offend anybody. But what I am here to do is to reassure nurses that a long-standing deficit in terms of having their voice heard at the most senior management level within the Department of Health is to be addressed, and that we are going to appoint a Chief Nursing Officer at Assistant Secretary level in the department. And that means that they'll be involved in all the senior decision making as we continue to plan our health service reform programme and as it evolves. I think it's critical that their voice is heard, and I'm very happy to be here to announce that today.
And they obviously welcomed that move, but I mean, yesterday they felt, and I think a lot of them still feel, that they're not being heard. They said that everyone in government should be issued with hearing aids because they're very strongly of the view that they can't take any more cuts in the service or in their pay.
Well, I'm aware of the fact that they're at the LRC with representatives from my department and the HSE at the moment, and that we're examining and exploring ways that we can realise the money, because we have to realise the money. We don't have any choice in this. We're borrowing €1 billion per month to pay our public servants, and we have to find a way of reducing that. There's no out. We're between the rock and the hard place, as I said, and there's no escape hatch here.
But speaker after speaker was talking about the level of danger that now exists in hospitals with overcrowding and understaffing. Obviously that must be something that concerns you as well.
Well, I'm very concerned that we have the right level of staffing in hospitals, that we have the right level of skills mix, and I'm hoping that we can make a major step forward in relation to that now next week when we announce the new hospital groups. We'll have 6 hospital groups that will allow for much greater uniformity of approach across the system. You can imagine how difficult it is to get uniformity across 49 acute hospitals, but with 6 groups we'll have a far greater grip on the system in terms of and each of those groups will have a chief nursing officer on the managing executive as well. So I'm ensuring that at all levels through the health service that the voice of nurses is heard and listened to.
Minister, can I ask you, will you introduce unilateral cuts in premiums or pay cuts next week if there is no agreement at the LRC over the weekend?
Well, Minister Howlin is leading this issue, and we all decided at government earlier this week that we would allow more time to pass to explore any other options that the unions might have that could yield the savings. As I said inside, I'd much prefer an agreed solution, a negotiated solution, than the imposition of a cut.
Minister, you mentioned the free GP care in your speech there earlier. I suppose Alex White saying he's restructuring the proposals. Do you know at the moment what form these new plans will take?
Well, look, if you look at the programme for government, it talks about the first step being to extend coverage to patients on the long-term illness scheme. The second step is to extend coverage to those on the high-tech drug scheme, and then to move to subsidised GP care. Now, we've run into unforeseen difficulties with the legislation in relation to LTI, moving from a means and income assessed methodology to a disease or condition methodology, and it's proven very difficult. Rather than, and we're still exploring that, by the way, no decision has been made by government to abandon that or anything like that. But what is being considered is perhaps a way of expediting it so that we can catch up on lost time, and that's what Minister Alex White and myself are looking at the moment.